We just got our hands on Fashionista 224. She got a special mention in our most recent video on Pink Passport Barbie because they share the same face mold. Both of them look so pretty, so let's check her out and later on we will give her a little restyle. Newer Fashionista dolls are in curved box packaging like this, which I think is okay, but I feel like the zippered baggies are better. Anyway, I like the artwork here in front showing our wavy-haired doll. The box has generic writing of the product, and below here you can see the SKU, HRH21. The side has pictures of the other Fashionista dolls, and below here, you can see the Fashionista number 224. I like to be careful when removing dolls from their packaging because in some cases there are some artwork or some images on the packaging that we can use for other projects. And here's our doll out of the box. Straight out of the packaging, you can see that her hair is a little disheveled. So let's give it some spritz and give it a little brush. That's a little better. Our doll wears a pink gingham dress with ruffled skirt. Her dress has a silhouette that's slightly identical to Pink Passport Japan Barbie, except our Fashionista's dress has a collar. White pointy collar. The dress closes with Velcro at the back of the neck. She has a black bow tie and wears a black bracelet with molded details. Our Pink Passport Barbie had pointy feet to accommodate her heels, but our Fashionista is flat-footed, which is why her shoes are Mary Jane style flats. I really would have wanted heels for her, but we'll address that later. To those who are very familiar with face mold names, correct me if I'm wrong, but this one still does not have an official name. Some people say she's identical to Playline Gia, but their biggest difference is the shape of their faces. Gia's face has a pointy chin, making her look slightly triangular, while our Fashionista looks more round. Even so, I think these two could still pass off as sisters. Fashionista 224 has dark wavy hair with the center part. She has brown eyes, light pink lip color, and blush. I also like that she has a smiling closed mouth. Comparing her with Pink Passport, they both have different hairstyles and hair parting, but their facial screenings are identical. Our Fashionista's eyes have some graininess, but it's not pixelated. And speaking of eyes, hers look a little bit darker because Pink Passport's has some yellow tinge to it. Currently, she's on her original body with the basic 5 points of articulation. She has movement at the head, shoulder, and hip. We've already used looks number 20 to rebody our Pink Passport doll, but we are still left with the tennis player's body, which has a light skin tone. There's just some very light variation, but honestly, the difference is very insignificant. Let's remove her clothes. And let's remove the head. Let's do the same with our made to move body. Oh my gosh, I feel a little unhappy about the situation of her hair, so I'm going to fix this. I'll be back in a bit.
A few moments later.
Okay, this is going to be the first time I'll attempt to curl a doll's hair, so I'm using some straws here and some bobby pins. I'm going to give her hair a hot bath and see how that works.
Eventually.
Here's her head after treatment. It's semi-turned into what I was going for. Not 100%, but this is better than earlier. Let's put it on the body. Oh wow, I love it. Let's give her some new clothes. I got this fashion pack from Shopee for 143 pesos, roughly $2.50. It comes with a gray sweater dress with long sleeves and cuffed wrists. This closes with Velcro at the back, and here in front, there's a plastic that says love. It's painted in gold and looks like it's just glued in place. We also have this matching gray beanie with a tag in front saying handmade. And this one is not sewn on, this is also just glued. I wanted these clothes to have a generic look to them, so let's see if we can remove these without damaging it. Most of the glue is removed and I'm still feeling a little bit of residue, but that's okay. Alright, I like it better like this. The pack also comes with a pair of thigh-high black socks and a pair of white sneakers. Before we give her this outfit, let's try this first on other body types. Here is the outfit on a tall made to move. The hat, the dress, the stockings, everything actually fits okay except for the shoes. Most of these generic shoes are fitted for regular dolls, so you can see here that it's a little small for her feet. So I decided to give her the boots of Basics 3, which is also a tall, and I think she could pull off this look. Here is the outfit on a curvy body, and I'm noticing this just now, the left shoulder of this dress is lower than the right. This beanie actually fits all kinds of 1/6 scale heads, but I'm not going to try it on this doll. So here's one of our other 1/6 scale curvy heads, and you can see that it does fit. The fact that the fabric used for this dress is stretchy, like the kind they use for socks, made it possible for her to wear it. The socks could be pulled up high enough to cover the joints of the knees, but just like the feet of a tall doll, these shoes are a little small for her feet. And here's the outfit on a petite body. The hat fits her head comfortably, but you can see that the dress looks a little baggy on her. These are supposed to be socks, but based on how these fit her, it looks like she's wearing pants. But the shoes are a perfect fit. And of course, there's Fashionista 224 on a regular body. Wow, every piece of this outfit fits her perfectly. It's almost like this outfit was made for her specifically. And as for the other outfit, here it is on a tall body. The outfit actually looks good, I just don't like that it doesn't have like a waist. Like, it's not cinched where it should be. And the shoes? Well, small. But since this outfit fits a tall body, this is something that she can borrow in the future. Here's how her outfit looks on a curvy body. I had a hard time putting this on her because this fabric right here is actually not stretchable. So if you force it and, well, if you're not careful, you may accidentally damage the fabric. And even though we were able to squeeze her into this outfit, I'm not considering this a good fit because you can see that there's sagging fabric here in the midsection. Although the skirt part is, well, it's actually looking good. And also, just like the tall body, the shoes do not fit her feet. Well, I mean, from the front, they do, but if you look here at the back, you can see that, yeah, they don't fit. Lastly, here's the outfit on a petite body. Obviously, the dress looks baggy on her because when the regular body was wearing this, it already looked, well, saggy. Does it look any better from afar? No. But the shoes actually fit her feet just fine. Although they're a little bit loose, you may need to use elastics to keep them in place. I would like to give our doll more accessories, so let's give her some from Mini Brand's Fashion Series 3. We've already found a lot of these bags, but we are still looking for some other things. I'm hoping to get any of these accessories, especially these ultra rare ones. And we have these two bags, and this one might have the shoulder bag, so let's open this last. The first bag has... I pulled it out and I got the necklace and the sneakers, but oh my gosh, we got a necklace. Which is perfect because our doll doesn't have one. And if we pull it down just a little, that looks perfect. We also got a pair of these white sneakers. These shoes have gray trim and the soles are blue. These shoes fit tall feet comfortably. And even though there's wiggle room, the shoes stay on. And also, I like that these shoes are distinct left and right. Here are the shoes on curvy feet. There's some wiggle room, but again, these shoes stay on, which is good. And most of our mini fashion sneakers actually fit curvy feet well. And lastly, here are the shoes on regular feet. There's also some wiggle room here, but since our doll is wearing socks, the shoes stay on. And I think that's actually a good hack. If the doll feet are too small or if there's wiggle room, you can have them wear socks. And in that same bag we also have, it's a lipstick in a gold tube and it has a clear cover. And there's a little bit of a misprint over here. And it looks like a perfect scale for our Barbie. And our last bag, we have... oh my gosh, we got the blue woven bag. It has gold writing on the strap that says Mini Fashion. The woven pattern is only on the outer layers because when you open the bag, this part here is smooth, and inside you can see that it's lined, and there's, what is this? There's tissue paper filling so our bag can keep its shape. Okay, I'm gonna put the tissue paper back inside, add the lipstick, let's cut the loose thread, and let's give our doll her bag. And I'm gonna give her this cup of coffee from one of our foodies video. This is a Hardee's Rise and Shine coffee. Now our doll is ready for a nice day out. I gotta admit, I was having a little hesitation doing her hair earlier, but looking at it now and at the back, and comparing her with her box art, I think we did a good job making it look like her. So I guess the lesson is, try something you haven't tried, because you might just surprise yourself at what you can do. Thank you for joining us in unboxing and restyling Fashionista 224, and giving her a little extra something from Mini Brands. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Ties Collectibles, and give us a like, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. We'll see you next time.